Why Abuja court may reinstate NNAMDI Kanu's bail, lawyer Ejimako. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Aloy Ejimako, the special counsel to NNAMDI Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, has said the Abuja Federal High Court may reinstate the agitator's initial bail. Wow. Reinstate. Well, at the end of the day, yes. There is nothing that I don't expect out of this issue. As far as we are hoping that justice is served, we're also preparing our mind for the worst, because in this particular kind of a situation where the government till now is not even towing the part of dialogue, even with everything going on, the southeastern region, unfortunately, has become one of the most dangerous places now. If you are somebody who bases in the southeastern region or you have businesses there, I believe you are going to be able to understand part of what I'm saying. You are no longer safe. People are no longer free to go out and come back. If you go out and come back on a daily basis, and maybe before you close work late and you close your business late and you come back whenever it so pleases you, it has changed. People who are peace-loving people now are scared to even be outside by 6-7 p.m. You see everybody rushing home by 6-7 p.m. because they don't know what will happen the next minute. The eastern region, which is once upon a time the region that is so serene, so quiet, so peaceful, it's now the region where there's helter-skelter. And with all these things happening, it does not even make this particular case easy for the said leader. The IPOB will come out today and say they're not the one, but if they're not the one, who is? If they're not the one, who is? And sometimes I keep asking myself, like, we don't even hear anything from the governor himself. Like, I don't think like he's so unconcerned. I don't think he's really coming out to say, oh, this is actually happening, or doing any background checks, because we've not been hearing about him. The last we heard about him was somebody trying to promote him for the next election, while people are dying on a daily basis. It's sad, very saddening and disheartening. Very saddening and disheartening. So there is every possibility that this may happen and this may not happen. Like I said, we hope for the best, but we prepare for the inevitable. Let's find out more about this news in detail. Please stay with us. Ejimako said the judgment by the Abia State Court may pave the way for Federal High Court Abuja to reinstate Kanu's bail. Recall that Justice Bita Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja had in 2017 granted the IPOB leader bail. Shortly after he was granted bail, soldiers invaded his Afaroku residence in Abia State. Amid the invasion, the IPOB leader had fled the country to Europe, where he continued his agitation for Biafra. But in June 2021, Kanu was rearrested in an African country believed to be Kenya and was repatriated. In October 2021, Kanu, through Ejimako, initiated a fundamental rights violation suit against the Nigerian government. Ruling on the suit, Justice Anya described Kanu's arrest in Kenya as illegal and ordered the federal government to pay him 1 billion naira as compensation. The judge also ordered the government to apologize to Kanu. However, Ejimako said the judgment was significant and has a direct impact on Kanu's case at the Federal High Court. In a statement signed, Ejimako said, "This press release is necessitated by the flurry of public commentaries on the 19th of January 2022's judgment of a High Court of Abia State in favor of NNAMDI Kanu. Most of the commentaries have bordered on examining the later impacts the judgment may have beyond the monetary award and the apology. Of particular note is whether the judgment should directly or indirectly impact the persisting notion that Kanu had jumped bail in 2017. which was what grounded the bench warrant that was used to justify his rendition. In summary, the answer is in the affirmative, that this landmark judgment has created no legal opportunities for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, especially as regards impeaching the bench warrant that grandfathered his extraordinary rendition. You'll recall that late 2017 he had maintained a well-publicized stance that Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail and that he will, in due course of time, prove that it was the Nigerian government that compelled him to flee and seek refuge outside Nigeria. This was the material issue before the court, and it prevailed. In particular, the court held that it was the view of those courts that the army set out as pythons to terminate the life of Nnamdi Kanu. The military invasion of his home at Afaraku Ibeku is so notorious that his courts cannot turn a blind eye to it. He deserves an apology and compensation. Additionally, the court held that Kanu has, by credible evidence, proved to the Honorable Court that his fundamental right to dignity of human person and personal liberty were wantonly or brazenly violated, and his fundamental right to life threatened brazenly by the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In other words, the court impliedly held that Kanu never made a voluntary decision to flee Nigeria or to be absent from his trial. To this extent, this judgment has finally obliterated the vested and false notion that Kanu had jumped bail back in 2017. Accordingly, the bench warrant upon which his rendition from Kenya was grounded has now become impeachable and liable to be vacated, thus paving the way for his previous bail to be reinstated. These people mouth, Kai. Allow this thing to, allow you people to win the case first before you start jubilating. Now this kind of news, Fulani doesn't like to hear, but our God passed them. Can you imagine? What God has destined for someone must surely come to pass. Sincerely, I just feel it's too early because anything can happen. No? They should not forget that anything can happen. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that you people, whatever you people are doing, is it prayers now? That at the end of the day, justice should really be served. That is the most important thing. And our children don't wake up to the fact that Nigeria is a country where there is no justice. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.